What's up, you guys? It's PokeGirl7 here, and as most of you probably already know, we recently got a new feature in Pokemon Go called Quests. Now, basically, this quest system is, it gives you tasks every day that you can kind of complete at your own pace, and it will result in you unlocking and catching a mythical Pokemon. Now, the mythical Pokemon that we just got was Mew. A lot of us have already caught it, and some of us are still working on it. I just caught my Mew like 2 days ago, so it's definitely a hard grind, but you know, after I caught Mew, I kind of started to think, you know, what's going to be the next mythical Pokemon that we get in this quest feature. So today's video is going to be about that. I'm going to go over some statistics of mythical Pokemon that could possibly come to the game soon, and then I'm going to give my own personal opinions of what I think is going to come soon. And I also put a Twitter poll up last night, and I asked everyone to vote what they think the next mythical Pokemon is going to be in Pokemon Go. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with Celebi. I'm going to go over some of its statistics in Pokemon Go and what its charge moves will be and things like that. Celebi is the Gen 2 mythical Pokemon, so it would make the most sense for Celebi to come next since we just got Mew, which is the Gen 1 mythical Pokemon. But let's go ahead and go over what Celebi will be like in Pokemon Go. Now, I got a lot of these facts from PokemonGoHub.com, so I'm just going to go ahead and give them credit. If you want more detailed stats and things like that on pretty much any raid boss or mythical Pokemon, definitely check out PokemonGoHub.com. But Celebi is a grass and psychic type Pokemon. It resists fighting, ground, grass, electric, psychic, and water. Its weaknesses are flying, poison, ghost, fire, ice, and dark. It is double weak to bug type Pokemon, which is very interesting because bug types are normally not very useful. So there we have it. Bug type Pokemon will be a good Celebi counter. Its fast moves are going to be Confusion and Charge Beam. Charge moves are going to be Hyper Beam, Dazzling Gleam, and Psychic. Now, I'm a little bit bummed out that Celebi doesn't have any grass charge moves. It's kind of weird. It would be cool if it had, like, Solar Beam or, what's the other ones? Razor Leaf or something like that. It would be really cool, but, unfortunately, it doesn't have any of those. It's kind of weird. A grass type doesn't have any grass type charge moves, but, you know, we're working with what we got. It's still going to be a pretty interesting and versatile Pokemon. Its base stats are the same exact base stats as Mew, actually, which I found really interesting. It has a stamina of 200, attack of 210, defense 210, and its max CP is 3090. So, that's exactly like Mew. Those are the exact statistics across the board. Now, let's go over what Celebi would be a little bit useful for in Pokemon Go. Now, Celebi would be a good fighting counter. Basically, it would be a good Machamp counter if the Celebi has Psychic and Dazzling Gleam as its moveset. That's pretty much the only time it's going to be a good counter for Machamp. So, if you want a good Machamp raid counter, this one would be a really good one. Celebi is small, but don't underestimate its power. It's actually a really good Psychic type Pokemon. So, we have that one. Definitely Psychic and Dazzling Gleam would be amazing views against a Machamp. Also, Celebi would be a good Vaporeon, Gyarados counter. Any of the stronger water types in Pokemon Go, there's definitely a lot of them. Celebi with Charge Beam and Psychic. That's the moveset that you need to be a good water counter. Now, if you want your Celebi to be a dragon counter, definitely give it Confusion and Dazzling Gleam. It'll be a good Dragonite, Rayquaza, Salamence, Latios counter. Any of that, it's going to be good for that, for sure. So, Celebi has a lot of good uses. It's going to be super effective against a lot of the stronger Pokemon in the game. But I guess that's all for Celebi's statistics. Now, let's get into Jirachi. Now, Jirachi also has the same exact stats as Celebi and Mew, which is very interesting how they did that. Jirachi is the Gen 3 mythical Pokemon, if you guys did not know. It is a Steel and Psychic type, which is an awesome, interesting typing. We've seen that a few times in the past, like with Metagross and others, but super cool typing there. Psychic and Steel types resist Normal, Flying, Rock, Steel, Grass, Ice, Dragon, Fairy, Psychic, and Poison. That's absolutely insane. It resists so many types. There's only 18 types in Pokemon in general, so that's insane. That's an incredible typing combination there. It is weak to Ground, Ghost, Fire, and Dark types, so only 4 weaknesses. That's not so bad. Definitely Jirachi is actually going to be a really useful Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I personally believe. It seems like it statistically, but like I said, it has stamina 200, attack 210, defense 210, and its max CP is 3090 again, of course, same as Celebi and Mew. So, these little tiny mythical Pokemon, don't underestimate them. They are very, very powerful. But, Jirachi's fast moves in Pokemon Go are going to be Confusion and Charge Beam, just like Celebi. And its charge moves are going to be Doom Desire, which is a Steel type move, which I don't think we've ever seen in Pokemon Go before. So, that's going to be really cool. Dazzling Gleam, and then it also has Psychic. So, that's pretty interesting. Nice little move pool there. I'm digging it. I am digging it. I'm glad that it does have a Psychic and a Steel Charge move, unlike Celebi, who didn't even have Grass moves, which is kind of weird for a Grass-type Pokemon. But anyways, back to Jirachi. Jirachi is also going to be a good Machamp counter because of its Psychic typing. If the Jirachi has Confusion and Psychic or Dazzling Gleam, either one of the two, it's going to be a great Machamp counter, or any fighting type in general, but Machamp's normally the one that people want to take down, you know, in raids or in gyms or whatever. So yeah, Confusion and Psychic or Dazzling Gleam would be a great fighting type counter Jirachi. If you want Jirachi to be a water counter, say against a Vaporeon, Gyarados, any of those strong water types, definitely give your Jirachi Charge Beam and Psychic. That's going to be super effective for the electric move. It's just like the thing with Celebi. The electric fast move is going to be super effective, and then Psychic is just going to do a lot of damage either way, even though it's not super effective technically. It's the same thing with Celebi. It's going to be a super, super awesome water counter. It also could be a good dragon counter, just like Celebi. If it has Confusion and Dazzling Gleam, you're going to be able to take those dragons out. Celebi and Jirachi are pretty much identical in the game. They're going to be both about the same amount of useful. I really think Jirachi is going to be a little bit better because of its Steel and Psychic typing, because it has so many resistances, but either way, they're pretty much the same overall. But now let's get into one Pokemon that is a little bit controversial with the whole mythical title. A lot of people don't believe this Pokemon is considered a mythical Pokemon. The Pokemon Company has said that it's a mythical Pokemon. I think they said this in like around Gen 6, so, and this is a Gen 3 Pokemon. So basically, we went all those generations without knowing what this Pokemon really was. Most people considered it legendary. I consider it legendary in my head, but I know that the Pokemon Company said it was mythical, so that's why we're covering it today. And I actually forgot to mention, we're only going to go over Gen 2 and 3 mythical Pokemon because we don't even have Gen 4 in the game yet, so it's not likely that any Gen 4 or above mythical Pokemon will be in the game. But let's talk about the Pokemon none other than Deoxys. Now, Deoxys is a very interesting Pokemon. If you guys do not know, it has 4 forms that it can turn into. I think its forms are Attack, Defense, Speed, and then Normal. I think it's just called its normal form. It's very interesting. We don't know the stats that it's going to have in Pokemon Go just because of its different forms. Pokemon Go Hub doesn't know what its stats are going to be yet either. It's really complicated and kind of hard to figure out, but we'll just go over what we know about Deoxys. So Deoxys is a Psychic type. It's kind of like Mewtwo, but a little bit weaker, but it's comparable to Mewtwo. It resists fighting and Psychic moves, and it's weak to Bug, Ghost, and Dark. So Deoxys is going to be a very cool Pokemon to have. It's going to be really useful. It's, you know, a pure Psychic type, which is always awesome. So it is very comparable to Mewtwo, like I said. So all of Deoxys' stats are going to differ on all 4 of its forms, but one thing I wanted to mention, Deoxys' speed form currently will not work in Pokemon Go. With the way the gym system is right now, we don't even use anything that has to do with speed, so that's one reason why I don't think Deoxys is going to be coming anytime soon. I don't think it's going to be the next mythical Pokemon by any means. I did want to mention it in this video, but I really don't think it's going to come next. We're going to need a gym rework or something of that nature to be able to have Deoxys in all 4 of its forms. So that's probably going to be one of the ones we don't see for quite some time. Just like Smeargle back in Gen 2, we still don't have Smeargle yet. They can't really figure out how to implement it into the gym system, so we may not see Deoxys even after Gen 4, 5, 6 get released. Who knows, guys? We don't know when we're going to get Deoxys, but it's going to be a really interesting Pokemon once we do see it. And have you guys seen its shiny form? It's absolutely awesome. It is one of the coolest shinies ever. But that's kind of besides the point, guys. Well, let's go over what fast moves Deoxys does have in the game. Now, its fast moves are going to be Counter and Zen Headbutt. And its charge moves are going to be Swift, Zap Cannon, and Psycho Boost. Now, if you guys don't know, Psycho Boost is Deoxys' signature move, so that's going to be interesting to see in the game. The best moveset for Deoxys will be Zen Headbutt and Psycho Boost, and it's a great counter for fighting and Poison-type Pokemon if it has Zen Headbutt and Psycho Boost, of course. So that's going to be the moveset that you really want. Zen Headbutt, Psycho Boost. But, like I said, we may not have to worry about this for a long time from now. Who knows when Deoxys will actually be in Pokemon Go. So let's go over what happened over on Twitter. Now, I said making a special video tomorrow, and I want to ask you guys a question. Which mythical Pokemon do you think will be in the next special research event? Now, as you can see here, Celebi took Twitter by storm with 83% of the votes. 3% voted Jirachi. Interesting enough, 12% voted for Deoxys. I don't know if that's people wishful thinking, or they really think Deoxys is next. Who knows? And then 2% said other. Now, other could be any of the other mythical Pokemon that I didn't mention in Gen 4 and above. So, who knows? Maybe some people think that's going to come soon. But let's see what some people said. Hypnotic Melodic said Celebi, just a gut feeling. Same here, my dude. Gotta watch them all says, we all need more special research to continue our journey in becoming the very best there ever was. Oh, I like that. Thank you, Adam, for the cute little gif there. Clearly, he thinks Celebi is next, too, because the gif has Celebi in it. So, a lot of these people have the same opinion as me. Hawkfrost says Celebi. I figured they'll go in order. Jinx Red says Celebi because it makes sense. It does make sense. Why wouldn't they release the second generation Celebi before all the other ones? That's what I believe, too. Bernard Garcia says it should be Celebi. They only need to release Smeargle before that, and that will complete the Johto Pokedex. Exactly. You guys, when do you think we're getting Smeargle? This is just a side thing in the video. When are we getting Smeargle? It's such a cute Pokemon and so interesting, and I would love to have it in the game. We need Smeargle. Yes, you're right. So Smeargle and Celebi are the only two Gen 2 Pokemon that we still need. So maybe Niantic's working on it. Who knows, you guys? But, let's see. King Aquila says, we all would love Deoxys. Let's be fair, however. The best approach currently is for them to bring Celebi in 5 months, if I'm being honest. That is interesting. King Aquila says 5 months. So, who knows when the next special research task will actually be. Do you guys think they're going to give us, like, months and months to catch Mew, you know, for the people that don't have Mew yet? Or do you think they're going to cut it off short and then just give us a new mythical Pokemon? That's another thing that we need to think about. When are we actually going to get a new mythical Pokemon, no matter what it's going to be? But, that was an interesting one there, King. Sir Devious says, I think they'll follow their pattern of doing it in order, Pokedex number-wise. So we will see. Celebi next is where my money is at. I wouldn't mind if they changed it up. That could be a surprise. Whatever we get, you know I'm going to catch it first. Hey! He's right, though. Niantic does surprise us sometimes. They don't always do everything the way that we think they will. Lately, they've been throwing us a lot of surprises, so you never know. We don't know for sure if they're going to go in order. They could give us some random Pokemon. It doesn't have to be Celebi. You know, they might actually go out of order just because we've been speculating so much. They might try to, like, confuse us a little bit, but that was an interesting observation there. Carrie says, I am not familiar with all of them. I seem to recall that some require special abilities that are not yet coded. So I picked the first one in the list. Yes, Deoxys, like I said, needs more work to actually be functional in the gym system. So that's one thing that we're probably not going to see for a while. Junior says, because Mew is the first mythical, Celebi is the second. So I'm guessing Junior voted for Celebi. So it looks like everyone thinks Celebi is coming next. That's what I personally think, you guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you think is going to be the next mythical Pokemon in Pokemon Go. But I really like the fact that everyone let me know what they voted for, and it seems to be like we all have the same opinion nearly, so interesting. So that wraps it up for today's video. Like I said before, let me know in the comments down below what you think the next mythical Pokemon is going to be in Pokemon Go, and let me know the time frame that you think we're going to get it. How soon do you think we're actually going to get a new one, no matter what it's going to be, and do you think it's going to be the same exact special research system? I personally believe so, but definitely let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I guess that wraps it up for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel to join my Gengar gang. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!